Hello, Jean. How you doing? Dinner was good. I'm happy I got it all prepped and ready beforehand so that I wasn't like super busy. I was trying to set up some things like no. Hearing that noise and I don't know where it's coming from. That's good. That's what I was gonna do. I just remembered. Trying to do things the complicated way. We're gonna put the rest of my tea into my tumbler. Okay, how do we open this? We have subscriber only mode. Ooh. It's some fruit tea, you know, like a blend. No, I haven't got anything. Yeah, for some reason I've been really liking ginger. Well, no, I made it myself. It's orange rind, ginger, honey, and like sugar to make it a syrup. And it's just like in a little box, sealed. So I can take a spoonful and put it into my tea. Just plain old black tea. And for some reason, that's like been so delicious lately. And it's really easy to make. I just like take the outside off of the orange. Like when I'm eating an orange, I just save the outside of it, and then I thin out the I guess orange peel rind area. Take off as much of the white as I can, and then like slice it up and make sure that the what is it? Ginger is also like the same size in like shreds, you know, as the orange, and then honey and sugar. And you don't need a lot in the tea, you know, just like yeah, I let it soak overnight, and then like it makes it all into a syrup. And luckily when you put it in the tea, the peels and the ginger will just sink to the bottom, and they'll just like flavor the tea. I do have turmeric, and I was thinking about putting it in, but every time I go to use the turmeric, I completely forget about it. I think that's just me not like, I don't know, I have so many things in the spice section of my cupboard that I forget about everything. Sometimes I want to put cinnamon in it, like cinnamon sticks, you know. And then there's something else. Allspice. ever think about it. You know, it's strange how things like that, they don't cross my mind. And then I'm like, why didn't I think about that? That would be a great addition. Such a healthy um, drink. Hold on, let me just check this fast. Hold on, why is this popping up? My phone keeps making a like beep beep, and I'm trying to figure out what it was, and it's just sending me alerts. Hello, Nibadita. How you doing? Hope you're doing good. I hope everything's going well for you. Mom says hello. Mom says hi. Oh, I'm not tired. I was just busy right now. I was a little distracted. I turned all of my volume up on my phone because I wasn't hearing the phone calls or getting the alerts, and I'm still not. But now I'm getting, I guess, alerts that I didn't ask for. Okay, I'm finished. That was weird. I've been good. It got a little cooler here, so it's not as hot as it was the last week or so. But hopefully it's been good for you. Oh, I found somebody upside down right now. That was weird. There are cards in here that are upside down that I really don't understand. Hold on. Let me sort it out while they get their questions ready. Hello, Quinda. Welcome in. General and anything significant in the near future. Wow, I think I shuffled everything upside down. Well, reverse. There's several. There are several in reverse. And if I saw them, that means I need to take them out. And if they end up there again, then I'm just gonna leave it. Okay, there we go. How have you been, Nabagita? I hope you've been doing good. I hope the family's been doing good. I just remembered I did not plug that in. Hold on. Okay, we have the Lovers coming through, the Hierophant, the Empress, we have the Queen of Pentacles, 9 of Swords, 10 of Pentacles, as well as the 8 of Cups. So for you, when it comes to these cards coming out, normally they're cards that, well, honestly, they're all very good across the top. The 2 cards that are a little like on the side would be the 9 of Swords and the 8 of Cups, because they're cards that indicate something difficult, a change, an acknowledgement. Sometimes they'd be indicating something that's like not always working out in the best way, or sometimes stuff that like has been brought up from the past. In this situation, I feel like it's very smooth movement ahead when it comes to your career, when it comes to finances. But there's also some things that you might have to give up or let go of as you move forward. So some things might be popping up over the next couple weeks to like sort of sort. This could be people, this could be material objects or items, but in order to gain something new, you sort of have to let go, make room for them by giving up something from the past. I don't see it as a bad thing here, because I feel like it's something you're prepped to give up, but you're making way for something new and very good for you. You have very strong earth energy within the Hierophant, the Empress, the Queen of Pentacles, the 10 of Pentacles. So this is more toward those finances. They also would be something that's much more relying upon your choices, your decisions to change and accept whatever's coming toward you. But if you're out there looking for a new job, or if you're wanting change within your current job area, if you're hoping that things improve and you're just tired of, like, you know, maybe just the same old, maybe it's the same old person that bothers you at work, or maybe it's the same treatment that you're just tired of, and you want, you know, you want something fresh, you want something new. We could see that changing here, but mainly since it is your work environment, I would say pay attention to that and think about what it is you're wanting in the future, because it feels like it's going toward manifesting something better for you, as long as you're willing to give up something that you've been tied to for like too long. Why do I have something like in my throat? So it looks good. If you get any like weird news concerning work, don't think too much about it, because it is just like a temporary little, like, I don't know, hiccup or something that will lead to something better, but allow it to just process through. Okay, Nimby, if you have a question, feel free to post it. Of course, I send all the goods to you. There we go. Okay. Maybe might have stepped aside for a second, so we'll see. Yeah. Yeah, go ahead. Hello, Celie. Yeah. And at least we're on the same page when it comes to that. All my life once I go separate ways from Damon. Let's see. Oh, it's fine. No worries. Okay, we have the Seven of Wands. We have the World. Oh, we have the Six of Cups. We have the Queen of Wands. Two of Wands. Lots of Wands coming out. The Moon to the Ace of Cups. Let's see if anybody else wants to pop out. Honestly, I think it's good enough, but I like to see if anybody... Ooh, Queen of Pentacles. Okay, so once you cut this person off, you know, leave that energy to the past. We see that you're gaining a better momentum, a better mindset. Queen of Wands energy would be more so like in your own place, feeling more like in tune with yourself, knowing that like you're of a greater value than you might have thought of in the past, feeling much more confident about who you are in like all aspects of your life. And it's choosing to move forward in a way that you haven't before. So it's like you're completely taking control of a frustrating situation and saying no more. You're not allowing any of that to remain with you. The World does indicate a complete like closure of one cycle and the beginning of a new one. And you're making this decision, and I feel like you're planning really well for like the steps that you want to take in the future, all the things that you'd like to do in the future. So having all these wands come out really nice because um you're just showing up in a very like thought out way, very planned out, very you know, clearly seeing the future, not seeing it in a way that like maybe you're ignoring, you know, red flags. You're seeing it truly as what it is, and you're knowing how to avoid the red flags. You're knowing what path will take you to this better future. So Six of Cups is my soulmate card. It's my like intended, the one you're supposed to be with, the one that you've been waiting for, the one that comes in at the perfect time with the perfect um offering, right? The perfect momentum, somebody who will match you um at your core. So nothing that you really feel like you don't get along well with. You know, it's somebody that you really feel like when you meet them, there's something very special about who they are. Um, Almost like you know it, like immediately upon meeting them, you feel it in their energy that this is somebody who is one of a kind, very special. But I think with these three cards over here, we see the moon normally as an unveiling or looking at something that maybe have been like dismissed, ignored in the past. And I feel it's strongly relating to that person, right? The one that's like you're trying to separate yourself from. Um, this is coming through as like let's really pay attention to this. You know, let's see this clearly for what it is, so that we can allow this peace to come in. Ace of Cups is that peace. It's healing, peace, a calm, the ability to move forward at a speed that can adapt to you. So when you're ready to go faster, it goes faster. When you want to go slower, it goes slower. And then it leads you to that nice stability and comfort, the Queen of Pentacles, which is a nice queen to have, because she's not waiting for something. She's not like worried about what the future holds. She's planned out, she's stable, she's very just a part of the world that she's built. And her match, of course, would be the King of Pentacles, who's somebody who's very calm and very grounded, matches her perfectly. So the way that they mesh together is probably the to me, like, the most compatible on multiple levels, rather than just like romance or passion or communication. You know, it's everything that comes together. So I feel like this is something that you've been working on, something that you know is important, something that has to be done to allow this, you know, person to come through, this piece for you, and just a lot of positivity, and also to reflect your own hard work, because you know you're obviously doing well if you're ending up in a very peaceful queen, or the position of a very peaceful queen, because you don't get to her overnight. She takes the longest to build up. But I send you the good vibes, the well wishes. Hello, Felicia. Welcome in. Next up, we have Need to. So if you have a question ready, feel free to post. Okay, Celia, if you have your question ready, please post. Any my last exemplar. Any messages from my future or higher self. Let's see. Okay, we have Ten of Pentacles, Six of Wands, oh, King of Pentacles, Two of Wands, Page of Swords, ooh, Strength, okay, and Ten of Wands. So lots of hard work. Be sure to put in as much hard work as you can. Like, just my sensory receptors. Just, you know, put in all that hard work. You are very, very capable here. You know exactly what you're doing. You have the correct amount of knowledge to do well. And you do see, as long as you maintain that positive energy, that momentum, that like hard work, right? You will have the best outcome you have. You have to know what's in store for you, and it might be like more work than expected, but just keep some either some good momentum to keep you going throughout it without, like, you know, tiring out, or prep yourself for the parts that you know will like drain you the most, right? So you're basically, yeah, but You'll do fine as long as you keep that mentality, as long as you, oops, as long as you know what you're doing and you have faith in yourself. But I think the most part, or the part where most people end up failing or not doing well, is they think that they don't have to put in a lot of effort. Like, they think that it'll come to them easily, or that like they have it solved, planned out, so they think it'll be easy, right? It'll be um something that's not very complicated for them. So you do have to really work hard. The Page of Swords, one of the smartest cards. King of Pentacles, a pretty grounded card. So hard work does pay off. Just keep that, keep that momentum, oops, going. Don't get tired. Drink a lot of like coffee or caffeine or something to make sure that you have that energy. But I wish you luck. I wish you the best on this. Nibbies, are you back? If you have a question, feel free to post it. If you aren't back, I'm not sure. Okay, we have Carnesia next. Feel free to post your question whenever you're... Nothing... Oh my god, give me flashbacks to school. Oh, don't do that to me. Especially when you have those little crazy children, you know? Okay, we have... Point out the in my house. Hopefully we get a yes. Well, we're looking for transit cards. So we have Five of Wands, not the transit card I was hoping for. Seven of Cups. 10 of Cups. The Tower. Okay, so this is coming out as like there might be a delay or there might be an issue that happens that might either postpone it or it looks like they won't visit, but then things turn around. So it has an energy of like both ways. So we are healing immediately after the Tower, which like technically is the correct order of the tarot cards. The star does follow the Tower, but it feels like, yeah, we're getting like it seems like a no, and then it goes into a yes. So if there's something that happens, like if there's road work or something, or if there's something that like comes up, right, I feel like it'll be a delay, but it doesn't feel like a full-on cancellation. It feels to me more so like whatever can, be done, whatever way to fix it, it'll be fixed. Well, hopefully, you'll have that awareness or something, will make you aware of the situation, so you know that there's a delay or something. right? Because obviously, unfortunate if somebody isn't able to show up when they say they will or plan to. Yeah. So just be aware that, like normal things, life can throw a curveball at us. It looks, yes. Um, if anything, there's just a small delay and then maybe like a later arrival. So I send you good vibes. I send both of you good vibes. Why is my nose itching so bad today? Of course. You take care. That's a pretty quick list. Oh, it's 1, 2, 3, 4 here. Well, I guess we'll wait around for a few. Ooh, that's nice. We like, we like. Wait, do you like that? Because to me, that's a good sign. That means he listens. Hello, Fire Spawn. Welcome in. Oh, thank you. I don't know, I sort of take it as like a yay, you know. He really wants to date me because he keeps stalking my social. I don't think I've ever had anybody. Well, actually, I don't. I might have. I just don't think I was ever concerned. But I don't think I've had anybody stalk my social media. Well, no, I take that back. But that wasn't like an interest. That was just some weirdo that was being weird. How do you know? Well, I know because the person started following me on another account once I closed the original, or like the first account, and it was just a weird thing because I had my second account, but I only had the second account because I couldn't log into the first account. And then once I could log back into the first account, I wasn't really talking to this person, but they followed me on the second one once I deleted the first one. And it was just very odd because they noticed that I took that account down like immediately when I took it down. I'll explain it to you. Hold on, let me just read this and I'll explain it to you in a way that sounds less chaotic. So, feels like actually like this person is interested in you. We have the Ten of Pentacles as well as the Queen of Cups. That feels sitting like an interest. Page of Cups is just very awkward. So it's somebody who is very like indirect or struggles at being direct, struggles at communicating, struggles at like being open, honest with their feelings. So they might be the type to joke or just like play it off when in reality they're interested. And we do see that like hesitation because of the Four of Pentacles. So inside versus outside, big difference. But they do seem to be interested in you. They just don't know how to say it or how to act on it. You know, he's definitely shy and awkward. Yeah, well, that's what it's giving. It's like very like how do you pursue someone? How do you talk to someone? How do you make it like more? How do you act on that? We don't see conversation or communication, you know, to convey those feelings here. We're really not seeing much communication at all beside the Ten of Pentacles. Which is interesting because that's an abnormal Knight of Wands is usually confident, flourish. I wonder if you got it. Yeah. Well, that's it. It's like it's down here. It's on that underneath energy, that bottom energy, which shows up as somebody who is quite like confident, but at the same time we're seeing surface of the Four of Pentacles. So it's like, are they not confident until they're absolutely sure on something? Because that might be the case here, where it's like, never mind until there's, you know, 100% a go ahead, which obviously sucks. But I do like the way that it has a nice energy to it. It doesn't seem bad, right? It doesn't have anything that you might be like, you know, or like creeper vibes. But we'll see. We'll see how it goes, because it does feel that way. As long as it seems like somebody who's just trying to get to know a little more about you, and is just awkward and doesn't know how to say it to you, like ask you, you know, abruptly, or in their mind abruptly. But I send you the good vibes. I send you all the goods. Hello, Pinky High Nose. You will be added to the list. No worries. Okay, so basically, I'll explain to you, G. I had my original Instagram account, and this person knew of that original Instagram account. Or not original, sorry. I had my second Instagram account, and this person knew of the second. They didn't know about the first. I didn't have login information for the first one, so I had to make a second one. When I made the second one, it was just temporary in hopes I could get my login back. Eventually, I deleted that first one, made a second one, deleted that second one because I found out how to log into my first one. So I felt like no need for the second account when I have my first one back. And then this person goes and follows me on that one, and it's like weeks later, even though they never knew about it, weren't actually following me on the first one, which means they had to go digging to find this non-existent or, you know, hidden account. I thought you got a job, though. Didn't you find a job? I mean, I'm good at it, but at the same time, that account had, like, no name attached to it. It was just a username. And it was old. It was from, like, when it was first... I was terminated. Yeah, I know, but, like, you've had a job since October. Well, let's see. Let's see if something comes up. Well, I know you don't have one. I'm saying you've had one in the time from October till now. You just had one that you lost, like, last month. In order for clarity of cards readings. Okay, so for you, Salamawit, we have the Eight of Cups, the Knight of Wands, the Nine of Swords, the Three of Swords, the Knight of Cups, the Five of Swords, and the Six of Cups. So this does feel like something that's going to take quite a while for a new opportunity to come around. Normally, I don't get that many negative cards in a row. But seeing as it's past, present, future, we do have some negative cards here that are pretty strong in all positions. It does feel like there's some things that just need to be sorted. I'm not sure if it's solely with you or like the opportunity that is awaiting you, but I do feel like there are some things that maybe you need to focus on right now, so that the next job that comes through will be long lasting. Now, mainly, don't worry and think it's never coming, because obviously it will come. You do have cards that indicate more of a positive in your future. With the heartbreak, heartache, that feels more of a past energy where things were just not going well for you, but seem to be turning around because, like I said, much more of a positive vibe to that. Now, obviously, patience is key, which is what things like, most people don't want to hear. Patience is key. But you do have the Knight of Cups as well as the Six of Cups. Those are great cards for you because they indicate something that's very positive, very long lasting, something that's really meant for you, a position that is created for you. This might just be a little longer than what you're hoping for, because we don't have a 7 showing up in a position, well, anywhere. Actually, we don't have a 7. We have a 5, 6. We don't have a 7. We have an 8 and a 9, which means 7 might be off the page for you, while 8 and 9 are the places where opportunity would come through. So I'd say look toward August for this opportunity to come through for you, for something that would be better for you, start something that would actually match you and stay with you longer. The Knight of Cups is normally a very slow card. It's not the slowest, but it is a very slow card. So it coming out here does say it's a slow arrival. You don't want to rush anything, because it's anything rushed, can have consequences. So be sure to just be more patient on this one. I know it's a frustrating situation to be a part of, but obviously, if it's in your better good, there's nothing that we can really do in the situation other than wait for higher powers to make a move. But I'll say it'll come through in the right timing when it's meant to. Just be patient for it. Allow this to take its time, and I'm sure the right thing will be there for you. But like I said, it doesn't really feel like July. It feels more like August. I send you all the goods. Yeah. I know most people are struggling. Yeah. Okay. Let's see. Okay, we have Page of Pentacles, the Lovers, the Chariot, Justice, Judgment, the Eight of Pentacles. Okay. And the Ace of Swords. So we do have communication coming through. We have what is normally to me like a strong conversation, but it feels to me here like we have good communication coming through. We have some like thoughts being organized, things being more like calmed down, not riled. You see, honestly, there's no real fire energy here, so we're not seeing it as something that's like overly um what is it like overly intense. It's not something that's like super high energy. So nice calm um conversation, a nice moment to just communicate how you're feeling, what's going on. This person is currently processing a lot. They care about you deeply. You have the Lovers coming out here. This person cares about you so much, but there's obviously other things that are going on. Justice, Judgment, lots of thoughts going back and forth, lots of things trying to like balance things out, trying to figure out um what's more important, what things should be put, first over others. And I also feel like this person just not very good at communicating how hectic or how much is on their plate, how hectic life can be, how much they're trying to balance. And I feel like a lot of it is like they're not very successful at balancing what they have on their plate right now. But um July does look like a good month for communication. It looks like a lot of time to really think things out, get things back on track, or at least become more aware of the situation at hand, rather than trying to um either minimize it or ignore it. So I do feel like this person will reach out to you. Um, just be aware with this, the energy that's coming through. We're swapping over from the Lovers to the Chariot. And that would be Gemini to Cancer, which is what we'd be going to right now. We'd be going from Gemini to, wait, have we already transited? I mean, we might have already. Not sure. But basically, we're transiting right now from Gemini to Cancer. We're also going to end up in a retrograde. I want to say 29. Is it the 29th? Yeah, the 29th, which would be in Cancer. So just be aware that's a time where there's a lot of emotion. There's a lot of changes. There's a lot of like imbalances going on. Retrogrades, Mercury retrograde is known to throw people off, especially like certain signs. It being in a water sign, this time around, that really plays with your emotion, and we are in like the pre-shadow of the retrograde, which does throw off emotions more. So what normally people would say is like be careful around returns during a retrograde, but it can also be a time where things need to come back and actually like communicated properly, right? So if we're having Ace of Swords, that is a good sign for it to come out. Just be aware it can happy Cancer season. It can be a sign of some difficulties communicating emotions, difficulty conveying emotions. And I'm not one to believe in all the different alignments of the stars, but when it comes to the retrograde, I do believe it can throw a lot of people off, where it just becomes a hard time for them to communicate, hard time for them to understand themselves. So be aware that I do think that there'll be a conversation. Just, um, let it go through. We have 6 to 7 to 8. Nice movement. I think that's a good place for you guys to be. I think it's just one of those moments where somebody just didn't know how to handle that energy. Justice, judgment, it's a lot to balance, a lot of energy, and just, depending on the personality, we see somebody who might struggle with, like, handling all those things. It could also be too much at once, so be aware of that retrograde. Allow this person some time to get over whatever it is that has been. Obviously, I don't see it as you. I see it as some outside or external factor that maybe just created a downfall. But I send you good vibes. All the good energy. Hello, Namira. Welcome in. Maybe come back. I know. Something to move. Okay, let's see. Looking for one energies. Okay, we have Ace of Cups, Two of Wands, Knight of Wands. So we definitely have a yes coming through. These are great movement cards for you. Four of Cups, Knight of Swords. So don't take the first thing that pops. Don't take the first thing that pops up. That's the first sign here, because it might be like something that's like, you might be like super excited about this, and you're like, oh, this looks great. Don't do that. Wait a second, because we have other cards that come out that say it might be the second option. It might be something else that is awaiting you. And whatever it is the one that really stands out. The one that is just like really, working out for you. Most successful. I don't know how, like, what location it is, but if there's anything that has like more of a water source, that seems to be a calling here. But it looks really good. I like that you're getting the first card of the Ace of Cups. That's such a great card to have in this situation. Such a positive such a positive card to start off with, because it's like it has the signs that, like, it's going to be peaceful, it's going to be a great change for you, it's going to be a great environment, it's going to bring out a new energy, and I feel like fit you a lot more than this current environment. So great card to start off with initially. And the two of Wands and the Page of Wands, also great cards, because they show that there's like a journey, but a well planned out journey, something that makes you very aware of where it is you're headed, what it is that you're searching for, and sort of lays it out in front of you. Now, you have the King of Cups. There seems to be more of a comfort with this. Normally the King of Cups would indicate something that you just feel very like at home with. And I know like where you are right now, ups and downs with noise, environment, people, right? But here it just seems like there's just a very calm environment. A nice place where it doesn't feel like you have to go far for things, but it gives you a nice like outing or a nice like surrounding, right? So it just has a fantastic vibe to it. And I think all signs point to yes. Of course, like I said, don't jump on the first thing that comes your way, because there will be something else that follows it that would be like the ideal match. But you know, definitely a calmer option for you. Something that just brings you a lot more peace, a lot of just happiness. I feel like something that just very like is much more in alignment with you and where you're currently at. Which is good. I'm happy these cards came out, because I'd love for you to find a place that really like fits you, makes you feel at home. Of course, I send you all the positives. Alright, so we have general love with D. Sure. Let's see. Okay, we have the Lovers. We have the Sun. The Seven of Pentacles. We have the Three of Swords. Oh, it's a Strength. We have the Tower. Two. The Chariot. Let me see. I feel like one more wants to come out. My youngest son is moving out. Oh, so you'll really be able to find something that's truly meant for you. That's good. The Fool. Okay, so we have become like what is moving toward a clean slate for you with this person. So we have the Lovers, which is good. It's a strong tie. We have the Sun, a very happy outcome. It has a very bright energy to it. Things that are moving forward in the right way, in the best way. The Seven of Pentacles, as long as you're both willing to put in that energy to keep that momentum going, you know, to just keep moving forward, knowing that You have to focus on reality and accept yourself for sort of like who you are, flaws and all. It's a lot of success coming through here. Now, with the bottom row being the Three of Swords, it feels like there's like either hurt, frustration, things that like seem like they didn't really work out well, or just a lot of things that needed to be worked on, right? Things that needed focus. But now it turns into strength, which is a very good sign that like through all your hard work, really getting to understand the other person, getting to know who they really are, and you know, this goes for you and them and you, right? Just being able to really see the person and communicate well, like what it is that you need out of the relationship, what it is you're hoping for when it comes to the other person. You see it turning into strength, which is a lot more about understanding than it is about anything else, you know. But it's, yeah, it's having the strength to move forward with something, having confidence, having the courage to do something that seems hard. But it's got a lot to do with just, I guess, like seeing it from a completely different angle, seeing life from a different angle that maybe like people aren't used to. That's why you see the Beauty and the Beast representation of like seeing the kindness in somebody rather than like the monster that they appear to be. So we have the tower. The tower switches into the chariot, and the chariot switches into the fool. And that's where I'm seeing that like more clean slate. Because I feel like you've already had your chosen tower moment, the two of you. Like you chose to sort of break things down, right? You chose to say like, here's all the issues, and then you together could rebuild successfully, and that's where that good fresh start comes through. And getting to know myself more than I'll hunt by shadows. Yeah, the card's so beautiful. That's his favorite movie, Beauty and the Beast. I think you're both doing a good job. You know, the thing that's like a lot of people don't want is that that tower moment. But sometimes you're lucky enough to choose the tower. Sometimes you're lucky enough to activate that tower moment. And when you choose it yourself, you have control over it. You know it's coming. You know what to expect from it. You know how to respond to the chaos of the tower. And by having that like chosen moment, you learn a lot more about yourself because you're able to figure out what you can handle, how to do things better, you know, how to do things proper, how to actually reflect upon things and almost like pause, you know, before you act. So the best thing for these cards to show is that you're doing it voluntarily. Of course, voluntarily means less frustration. Both of you doing great, doing an amazing job to move yourself forward. Trying to find my water, sorry. And I think starting over on a better grounding, right? Especially with the Fool coming out, because that's fresh start. So you really get like tearing it down with the Chosen Tower and then building back up with that Fool. It's so nice to have. It's such a nice path across those cards. But I send you the good vibes, the well wishes. They don't want to go together. feel like there's a hair that's tight. Oh, there it is. Okay, let's see. May I ask what yeah, that's interesting. Gotta admit, that is pretty interesting. Fine. Oh no, I'll be here. What's next weekend? Next weekend is 27th. Yeah, it should be fine. I've got no plans. Actually, is that when Prime Day is? I'm not sure. Because I know I was gonna get rid of my current desk and buy a new one and try to reorganize my room. I'm in a place of like get rid of things that I don't use. You know, just declutter. We have death. Interesting cards to start off with. Why do I feel like I shuffled that word? That's a weird combination of cards to get when I split the deck right now. Look, isn't that odd? But we'll see. We'll see. Our internet working. I know. I'm like, that's a weird one. I'm hoping everything like is all good and smooth. Okay, we have the two of wands. We have the page of, or the page, sorry. We have the ace of pentacles. Maybe the page or something's gonna pop out. We have the 6 of wands. Anybody else want to come out? Queen of wands, that would be you. We have the ace of cups. We have, who else? I feel like there's a card that's like in there somewhere that wants to come out, but it's just like either stuck or it's having a little bit of a difficult time making its way to a place where I could grab it. I'm not feeling a true return. And I say that because we do have a return card with my normal return card of the 6 of wands. But death has come out first. And it feels like if there was a return, it wasn't something where it was taken long. Like, it just seems like something that was like, why are you here? And it was shut down pretty quickly. It might be that he just was not in the mood for that, you know, was not in the place. There's like, no, I don't, you know, I'm not feeling this right now. You know, don't be bothering me at this moment. Okay, we have High Priestess. It feels like to me, you're still there. You're still on his mind. He's still trying to get things together, which, like what you said, still looks like he's on the mend. There's still some things that just, you know, aren't super easy for him to deal with at the moment. Namely, that's like just energy-wise. We're not seeing a boost of energy. We're sort of seeing a slowness in acting or moving. Good thing is we still have that High Priestess coming out that says there's more to this, or there's information she has that she's not willing to let you know, which I'll take as a good sign. You have 3 aces, Ace of Pentacles, Ace of Cups, as well as Ace of Swords. Only one you were missing, which is probably the one that I feel like was supposed to pop out but didn't, which was the Ace of Wands. Which I'll shuffle one more time and see if that one wants to pop out. Come on. Ace of Wands. Ooh, Ace of Wands. Of Wands. No, we got the Ten of Cups, which isn't a bad card, but I was hoping for the Ace of Wands. There is good news in your future when it comes to this person. Obviously, I don't feel anything. If there's contact from the ex, there was anything to even think about. Right? It just doesn't. It doesn't seem like something that was really like to be discussed. You know, it's not anything important. Um, I do feel like they're still, like I said, still on the mend, still trying to figure things out, still trying to get back on track. Whatever this is really seemed to um wipe him out, honestly. It really seemed to be something that just took him by surprise, and now it's like going through that healing process, going through that getting back on track. It just really like it stayed with him. But I do think that whatever this was put him on a very nice track toward you, and I think he appreciates those conversations, appreciates the energy that you bring. Even though we don't have an Ace of Wands, so we do have Queen of Wands, Six of Wands, and Two of Wands. So we do have wand energy. It's just not giving it in that, Ace of Wands style. But sometimes we don't need, sometimes we need a slower approach to something, better communication, more peace, more affection, like we'd see with the Ace of Cups, Ace of Swords. So, um, maybe what you're missing is in this is something that you don't need to have right now. um, so High Priestess showing up does remind me of the age-old curse of the channel. um, the like she knows something. Obviously, is she gonna tell us? No. Is it something that's going to change? Yes. Is it something we'll be happy with? Yes. Especially with the cards that surround her. She's got Ace of Cups, Ace of Swords, Ace of Pentacles, Ten of Cups. So good news is there. This person cares about you. This person is still trying to get better from whatever this illness is. I think this person respects you a lot and sees you for who you really are. Not for somebody like they can take advantage of. Not somebody who treats them poorly. They see you as you are, which is something great because it's a rarity these days. I think to try and not consume until it gets better is chronic illness. Yeah. It seems that way. It really seems like something that just really was a complete surprise. So I'd say here, a note on this one. Because you're coming out in your true form of the Queen of Wands, and it's coming out like pretty consistent now. We are seeing something really great here as somebody who is consistently seeing you as you are and not, misinterpreting, not somebody who's trying to figure out something. They trust you and they see you. Scorpion's just no one. I had to bring my Miss Niece to like me. Well, that's a hard one, you know. That is a hard one. Hello, Glinda. For the posts when you're ready. How will your next relationship unfold? Let's see. Oh, typing. Uh-oh. Okay, let's see. Oh, no worries, no worries. We have... We're going to shuffle good for this. Oh. So, okay, so, for you, we have... Ooh, Queen of Wands popping back out. Four of Pentacles. And the Hermit. Okay. Then we have a little different of the layouts because I want to see where this is going. Justice. Wheel of Fortune. King of Wands. Okay, so we do have a couple coming out here. We have the Queen and King of Wands. It's a high energy connection here. We also have some sort of hesitation with both the Four of Pentacles and the Four of Cups, which might be on both sides. Both of you, like, either trying to prepare yourselves for a new relationship, trying to figure out how to pursue it, or maybe just like taking it slow to see where you're both at. But either way, if you're both coming out with that energy, seems very good. But there's a strong attraction that's coming through with the King and Queen of Wands. That's like a big pull toward each other. Definitely attracted to each other. There's definitely something that catches, you know, your eye, their eye, when it comes to the other person. I think it also brings you out of a stage of either like emotional isolation, like, you know, not really feeling a connection with people, or not really feeling a connection with the person that you're with, not like they support you or hear you out, understand your feelings, understand where you're coming from, or really like even just give you a time to express yourself, you know, say how you feel. But we do see some good vibes coming through with this person. Definitely like holding back at the beginning, but the more it grows, the more there's a connection, there's more of a understanding of what the other one wants, and I feel like that's what turns this into something that's a very strong physical relationship as well. The King of Wands is somebody who's sometimes like the person that they're with is like the only one that exists. You know, it's the person that like that nobody else can measure up to. There's nothing to compare with when it comes to the King of Wands like desires or ideals. So you do have that like beautiful energy of the Strength card. Lots of Leo actually coming through here. with the World having Leo on it. Wheel of Fortune has Leo. Strength is Leo. King of Wands. Queen of Wands. Very fire energy, leaning toward Leo. So, that might be a sign for Leo season, which would be the end of starting the end of next month. So that might be something to take note of. You know, just like keep your eye on for their arrival. But also, it could be their sign, like their astrological sign. They might be a Leo. They might have heavy fire placement, but it feels like something that is very like take it as it comes to you, but it just really seems very positive, very good for you, very healthy. Whatever it is that you need is how they'll arrive to you. So if you need something that's a little slower paced, that's how they come through. If you need something that's a little quicker, that's how they come through. But they will definitely adapt to you. They'll definitely be the person that is lining up well with you. But you have a good connection coming through here. Definitely good with that strength card. Yeah. You seem like you know what you're hoping for, and if that's what you're putting out into the universe, it's definitely what you'll get in return. You know, getting somebody who's on that same page, very self-aware, all about moving towards something that is positive, something that's beneficial toward both sides, toward personal growth. You know, nothing that would stunt that leveling up. What is that? Like becoming the best version of you. It's all about just positive movement. And you're matching well with each other. Yeah. Such a good, strong couple to get. Because that's like a place of like high energy toward bettering yourself. On both sides. It's definitely dedication. We all need dedication. We all need awareness, hard work. Yeah, that is true. And you also have to make sure that like the person that's coming toward you is aware of what that means. You know, because sometimes the person might say, "Oh, I'm totally, I'm totally up for that. I'm totally interested in all that you're selling." But then it gets down to it, and they're not at all in alignment with you. But here we see that. We see that energetic alignment. Yeah. That's why I consider myself lucky to find somebody who wants to communicate like chunkies. Yeah. And they could also like get you excited and make you think, oh, this is gonna be, great. I finally found somebody on my wavelength. And then you turn around and you realize you're lowering yourself to match with them. Okay, let's see. we have Six of Cups, the Chariot, and the Knight of Pentacles. We have the Knight of Cups and the Nine of Pentacles. So I do feel like this is a yes. It might be later this month or mid next month. I'm leaning a little more toward next month because it's giving stronger like mid to late Cancer timing. But I do feel like it's coming. You do have two great cards with the Knight of Pentacles as well as the Nine of Pentacles. Both cards of money. A long time coming. Good comfort when it comes to money, when it comes to finances. You see the comfort of the Nine of Pentacles. She's probably like next to the Queen on comfort. But it feels like it's coming through. If somebody reaches out to you, I feel like this is somebody you probably know. Over the next couple of weeks, I feel like that's where that money would come from. But it feels like definitely somebody will bring it along. Don't know if it's like a older male figure. Well, I understand that. That's a frustration for a lot of us, sadly. But hopefully we will see improvements. I do feel like you'll have that opportunity because all the cards say yes to. It could be that could be somebody of a higher status, or what's showing up as somebody of a higher status, right? So that could be where it's coming from. I say just be on the lookout. It will come toward you. You will hear word of it. I don't think necessarily you have to go in search of it. It's not giving me those vibes. But I hope that you can get all that you need for this situation, and that it works out in your best interest as quickly as possible. As a man that's interested, we could probably help you. Oh. It's definitely somebody who offers sincerely to you. So that's who that is. It might be. Oh, that's true. That is true. Of course. I send you the good vibes. I send you all the positives and all the hopefuls. That is true. There are quite a few that promise that they won't charge you unless you win. So depending on the situation, you might want to look into those. Oh, I know. I know it will. I know without a doubt. That is where the future is headed. Any news pops up about Iran, you know that's what they're bringing up. Yeah. God. Yeah, somebody could just leave things alone until like the end of my life. Then you can screw with things. Like, can we sign a contract? All I want is just like, just to be left alone for a little while. Like, food is outrageous. Food is outrageous. People are outrageous. I know, and honestly, it's getting to a point where it's like, it might possibly be. You know how you can see, like, if you buy online, like, if you shop at, like, Walmart or something online, you can see the old receipts and old pricing. I swear, going back through it and seeing the price increase from a couple of years back, just unbelievable. I think the food here is unbelievable. And they're meant to travel by train for 49 minutes. Oh, that's nice. They understand why it's easy for us to get fat. It's true. This is true. It sucks because, we have those areas that are more of a, what are they, like more of a walking area, and then there's those areas that are more of like a car because of distance, and living in areas where you need a car, it's just, it's so difficult. And luckily with a new car we have, um, it's a very, very good on gas, but it's still like, shoot. Yeah, and that's another thing. Then they like, here they bring out the summer blend, and it's like double the price. And the electric cars freak me out because I think that they're gonna blow up, especially because of the heat here. And there have been quite a few in the news lately that have been like unsafe, catching fire from random, whatevers. hate what the government is doing to all of us. And when you think it's just one person, then you realize it's the whole world. I know, my God. Those were terrifying. It was awful. Walking rig train. Yeah. Well, the thing here too is like the governor put all that money into, you know, what was supposed to be improvements, but they never came to. Like I said, we're living their lives. It'd be nice if the governments could just listen to each other, you know, and say like, oh hey, let's do things that are beneficial to each other instead of like just hating on each other. Hello, Techie. Welcome in. The list is still open. I still got a little time before I'm gonna head off. Oh, my nose itch. Okay. when I was in Boston, it used to be wow. It's like probably. I know here they want to make it a electric vehicle only, whatever. But I feel like California has such issues with its electricity that there's no possible way it could ever be an electric only state. Like, that just seems to me like poor planning and an unrealistic mindset. Oh, that's nice. They no longer have the gear. Wow. That is outrageous. That's outrageous. I don't know how much the whatchamacallit is here. I never looked it up. Well, I haven't looked it up in a while. Well, I don't know what to. Each city has its own buses and stuff, so. Not yet. Well, if you're low income, you can get 20 for your rides or discounts. But I don't see the. Yeah. Students, seniors, college, easy translate. They don't have a year pass? Oh, they no longer sell. All they have is the. For the regular bus, all they have is if you spend $5 within 7 days, all of them are free for that period. So I'm not sure. It just seems like they don't have it anymore. Okay, well, I be leaving my job in September for another. Let's see. For Kentucky, we have. I know it's an odd one. We have the Lovers. We have the Ace of Wands. We have the King of Pentacles, which is good because that does line up with Virgo timing. So definitely coming through as a good job offer for you. it might come in and overlap as something that you still have this job and then you get that one, but then there's like, a week or so where you still have the same, or like 2 weeks something. It just feels like there might be an overlap. But it definitely feels like something good for you. It feels like good money. It has less worry. Oh, that's interesting. You have a swap from a 9 of Swords to a 9 of Cups. So it has a very good vibe for you when it comes to this job. Now, mainly when there's a swap, right? Um, you gotta take both cards into consideration and see why they're both there. But it's sort of obvious, it's obvious with these that it has to do with like not being super satisfied with the current job and hoping for something that would um, be better in alignment with your goals, your future, um, things in general that you'd like for yourself. Okay, so using it, it feels that way. I just like the overall energy that this job has within these cards. It really looks like something that is much more um much more pleasing to you. Something that I feel like you can talk to the people that are in charge, the people around you, and sort of work things out. And even if there's something that's frustrating, it feels like there is some sort of remedy that can come about easily. The person that will be here in charge seems to be somebody who's got a very good head on their shoulders. They're very they want their business to be successful, but at the same time they're a caring person. We have more of somebody aware of what needs to happen in order to be successful. Yeah. Oh, I can totally understand that. I can understand just wanting something that more works for you than just being forced into a certain time table, a certain schedule. But it looks good timing wise. We do have cards that would line up well with it. We have some good transit, some good momentum, really, and I do, normally, let's say, back and forth between the Emperor, depending on how he's feeling. But for this one, I like the way that the Emperor's on the side, because it's not giving a strong energy of the Emperor. It's there, but it's not intense. It's not something that's straight up in your face. So hopefully that one will come about, really make itself known to you. You'll see what it is, and it'll just present itself beautifully for you. Okay, so feel free to post your second question whenever you're ready. Okay, so perceived as I'm attending this week. Okay, let's see. we have the Three of Pentacles coming back out. Three of Cups. I feel like there's going to be a lot of threes energy. The Fool. We have the Page of Pentacles. We have the Empress, which is also a 3. We have the Two of Wands. You know, I love when the Empress comes out as a way of like looking at somebody or interpreting somebody, right? Like the overall feel you get of meeting somebody, getting to know somebody. But you have some great cards. This side, just the Empress. We have the Magician. So you definitely have a great way of communicating with people. And I think a lot of people see that. A lot of people gravitate toward you because of the way that you communicate to them. There's a nice positive energy you give off. And I feel like this really shows for you at this event. It has something that, like, I think whatever people you're around, whatever environment, whatever topics are there, it just really allows you to shine and for people to see you in a very like free, open state. There's also that like very put together, very like confident, capable of the Empress, but very approachable. So she's got like everything going on. She's got such like a perfect and an achievable way where you don't feel like she's too perfect, you know. You don't think like, how can this person be real? She's definitely somebody that people are like, you know, she works hard, she's earned the respect, she's deserving more. So I think just having that Empress energy, very great. Hello, Cynthia. Now, there might be some people here that you just feel like you want to talk to a little more, or some people that come up to you, maybe like hold a longer conversation with you, or you feel like these people are trying more so to talk to you and be around you. And I do feel like these people have some positive or something beneficial for you in the future. But I really like the way that you're appearing. You appear like very well put together, very like mature, but not like too mature where it's, you know, exhausting. But very nice vibes to have. You know, very nice, approachable, mature, smart, fun, bright, very confident, very free in the way that you communicate, very self-aware. But it looks great. You got really good cards. You know, like I say, Empress is one of my favorite ways to appear. So now you can go to sleep. I send you the good vibes. Yeah, I'm pretty sure Nebadita has vanished for the evening. That's true. I was hoping nobody will pop back in. You know? But, I mean, she might be busy. She might have had to go for lunch or something. Oh, okay. Well, I have been, so. Yeah. I will. I will, no worries. Of course. I know with the way that they're doing the AI and stuff now in emails, I just feel like they're allowing, I don't know, too much information out to third parties. It sort of, I don't know, it sort of freaks me out. And I'm not normally the, what is it? Gosh, I can't think of the word right now. Crazy foil hat wearer type conspiracy theorist. But yeah, there's some things that I'm just like, I don't really care for this. Yeah. Same. Yeah. I want to stay on the way. I just still don't want to get caught on CCTV. I know. I don't want to be that person that's like, I'm suspicious of everything. But you know the like summarizing of emails at the top of the the page? Google does that now, and it's just like, it's weird. I mean, 9 times out of 10, they're completely inaccurate. Oh, that's weird. That is weird. Yeah. Well, I will keep all the positive thoughts going for you. Make sure that this one is like right up your alley. Yeah. Oh my God, last week or week before last, I started getting every single notification on earth from Amazon, and I kept shutting it off, and they kept turning it back on, and I was getting so frustrated because it was like marketing emails for everything, and it's things I was never even signed up for to begin with. I know, I want to cut from my info too. So I'm like, sheesh, at this point, like, pay me. Why are you paying, like, I'll give you my info, like, fully, just ask for it and give me some money, I'll give it to you. You don't have to pay another company. Might not be the best logic, but, like, give me the money, not some rando stealing my information. You know. Imagine if somebody like created a business like that, or like you sign up and they give you a cut. That would be the funniest thing, I swear. Yeah, that's it. You know, just give me the money. Like, I won't even ask for as much as those companies do. And I'll give you more money than you, or more information than you get from them. And you wouldn't even have to question it. Like, I give it to you. Like, yeah, I might not give you my, like, signature or anything or bank account. But, you know, you want my name? You want my email address? You want my phone number? I'll give you permission to spam call me if you give me a cut of it. See, Jean, you know what's up. You understand where I'm coming from. We're on the same boat. Right? Like, tell me what you need. And I'll quickly hand it over to you. Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. I know. That's why I'm like, just, you know, if you want it, like, come toward me to get it. I swear this is one of those rare moments where the government actually listens to me. You know, like infiltrates. I like, hey, I know. I feel like I am the AI. But hey, Terminator. Hey, look, if that was the future, you know, we'd be like, well, no, I can't say we. All I can say is like people would be too dumb to realize that's where it's headed. Yeah. No. That's sad. Are you sleeping now? No. I'm about to go to sleep. Oh, well, Jean's going to sleep too. Probably for the best now. Probably for the best. I will see you all next weekend. Hopefully next weekend. Well, Jean should be asleep already. It's like 3 a.m. for, or 3 a.m. It's like 5 a.m. for her. That's, yeah. Well, I think it's a 12-hour difference. So, sadly. But that's why I try to stay up late to get to talk to you and Nibby. 2-hour difference. You sleep well, Jean. You have a good rest of your day. Or new day. I'm going to go ahead and get going. I'll see you all next weekend. Take care. I send all the prayers, all the good vibes, everything positive to both of you. Bye. No?